free fall parachutist course. Get to do some free fall jumps today, so it should be fun. Followed by just a class on the waterborne operations and then dive level 1. This is all today part of our advanced tactical insertion course. So, like I said, beginning with the military free fall, we'll go through a little classroom portion, get you guys an idea of what to expect, and then we'll go hit 3 jumps, all with combat equipment. All right, so does anybody have anything before we start? I'm actually going to TP us all. Hey, Mac, whenever you're done, we'll be over at the airfield, or I'll just take you with us. You should be in the arsenal still.
I'm back.
Hey,
Yeah,
buddy.
sorry, I'm ready.
Just in time, but
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Did I miss anything?
We're just starting.
All right, so
Sorry, I forgot.
all students will be doing all 3 jumps. Wall lockers, so full combat equipment and everything. Instructors, I haven't decided yet. Max in a Hollywood setup. So my point is if we're not jumping combat equipment, it doesn't matter. You will be, but I will be as well. So, all right. So this course is designed to teach you candidate help the face the right way, right? All right. So this course is designed to teach candidates to infiltrate areas via military free fall, which is pretty much going to cover Halo and Hey-Ho, which is high altitude low opening and high altitude high opening. Those are the 2 biggest jumps we'll use for ATIC. So the equipment that you guys need to be aware of, if we look at instructor Mac here, we'll see he's got his parachute. So this whole rig is a bracket gold, okay? That's the mod. Like when you're looking for it in the backpacks, it's going to be bracket gold. All right, it's the only one there. It's like parachute, whatever it is, but it's the only one. That's going to be the correct rig. If you're not in it, your jump master will tell you to fix it. So your personal kit, including your night vision and all that shit. Your microdagger GPS. If you use the S20, cool, but I can't, so whatever. The microdagger also has some added functions that are helpful for this kind of stuff, but fuck. There you go. Okay. So next thing you're going to need is your altimeter. We have a few different options for altimeters, okay? The standard is going to be the one that looks all black, okay? So if yours doesn't look all black in the arsenal, it's not the like standard one. Each one may be different, whether it reads sea level or ground level, okay? So it's extremely important that you know. All right, the black one goes off of sea level. So we could be standing here and be at like 30 meters, right? So it won't be 0. It's not 0 to the ground. You got to keep that in mind when you're doing shit because you'll crash into the ground when it's like 200-300 meters above sea level. You're going to need your oxygen mask. So as you can see here, I know it's ugly, but it's the CAT solar mask, SOLR. That's the one that we need to use until we figure out how to script in the other one. And then you'll also need your, it says portable oxygen tank if you're following along, but it's supposed to be personal oxygen tank. All right, that's going to be found in the medical items, personal oxygen tank, okay? And just a quick note, you can only connect it when you are on the ground, or if we're in the static aircraft, you can obviously walk around up there. So, but if you're seated in an aircraft, you cannot connect it. So make sure your jump master will make sure, but you should make sure it's connected on the ground. Because does anyone here know, besides the people who have done this before, who is responsible for the safety of your jump? Like, who's ultimately responsible for your safety?
Yourself.
Yourself, that's right.
Hell yeah, Ollie.
Yeah, so you are the one who needs to be making sure everything's safe, and if there's anything wrong, speak up. If you forget to connect your oxygen, you need to let the jump master know immediately, because there's procedures that we need to do if we're jumping at a high altitude. All right, so that is your equipment. So basic aircraft loading procedures. We'll put a C-130 down. All right, so here is the aircraft, C-130. We'll open the cargo ramp up. All right, so now unlike static line, where you got to hook up and ace and a rack to jump out, if we are getting into an aircraft that's actually piloted, which we like to do, you're going to have to take a seat in the aircraft, okay? So it'll just be, when you get released, it'll just be a double tap on V, and you'll eject from the aircraft, and you'll be in free fall. You should face the aircraft as you come out, just so you know. So you should be looking at its ass end. But
I don't know if you mentioned it, but your portable oxygen tank has a 30-minute run time.
Can you go on yelling?
From the time you hook up. Can't hear me?
Go on yelling.
all right. Are you talking, Matt?
I was just saying they have a 30-minute run time for their
Yeah.
portable oxygen tanks.
For those who can't hear him, he's saying that you have a 30-minute runtime on the oxygen tank. Okay, so keep that in mind. I like to pack 2, just in case. But just remember, you're not able to switch it in the aircraft. So once we are wheels up, seated in an aircraft, we definitely got to make sure. So you double tap V to get out when you're seated, right? That's how you'll get out. If we decide to use the jump computer, it just spawns an aircraft in the air, and it just stays in one spot, so we're able to walk around up there. And that is going to be a different procedure, and we will go over that. But so basic aircraft procedure, loading procedures, you're going to get a brief, like a plane side briefing, like, hey, this is our DZ. We're going to be jumping at this altitude from here. You know, you're going to want to get over to here for landing pattern, blah, 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 pull at this height. This is your DZ, land here. You know, you get the whole shebang. Shouldn't be much different than what you might hear on a static line briefing. You'll get your stick organization and jump number, same shit. All right. And here's where it gets a little different, since you are possibly standing freely in the aircraft. Okay. So each stick is going to be on either side, right? So if you got 2 sticks, one stick will be on this side, the other stick will be on this side, right? So as you come out, you can come out off the ramp in 2 sticks together, which you do at a walking pace, or if we decide to use the jump doors, it would be the same thing. You'd just be turning and going out of the door. Okay? What are you doing? Get... For fuck's sake. All right, so yeah, you get your stick and your jump number and stuff. We typically aren't gonna, like, the jump master is not gonna know like what number you are. So, you know, like, it shouldn't be anything different there than a static line release. Is there any questions on that? All right. Now, whether you get teleported or you decide to take a seat in the aircraft, depending on the aircraft we use, if you are sitting forward of the wings, especially in a propeller plane, you will die when you eject, okay? Because it's going to eject you out of a different door, and you'll hit the propellers and die. Sometimes you'll just die anyway because ARMA. So just be aware of that. If you get into, you know, you want to make sure you're in like the fuselage of the plane, the cargo area, where everyone needs to be, because you should exit out the correct door. Like that plane behind you guys there should be safe to jump, but I've seen guys get armored off of it before. And if you're sitting up in the pilot or co-pilot seat, chances are you can eject. because you'll die. Get chewed up. All right. Are there any questions on that? All right, going over Halo, hey-ho. So jump planning, things to just consider is the elevation of the aircraft, terrain, drift, and pull height of your canopy. Think about pull height. You want to have, so this is probably going to change, okay? So 200 meters to 1,500 meters over terrain for Halo and 2,000 to 8,000 over terrain for hey-ho. Okay? But I can't really do the conversions in my head right at the moment. But if we're going to stick to more realistic shit, your minimum pull height is going to be 4,500 feet above ground level, okay? Your maximum pull height when we're doing hey-ho, we're going to cap it at 18,000 feet. All right, that's the actual specifications of the RA1. If it causes issues, we can always scrap it and just let the game do what it does. Any altitude where we're either flying or exiting the aircraft at or above 3,000 meters, oxygen is required. If you are not connected to your oxygen, you will start seeing the screen getting black because you're losing oxygen and SpO2. All right, and if that happens, the jump master will call, like if it goes like an AI pilot, like happened to Mac and I, will fly above that height when you're not supposed to, and then we started getting symptoms of SpO2 loss, like hypoxia. So an emergency bailout was ordered. Just jump out and pull immediately. We'll go over some emergency stuff in a second. But you want to think about, like I said, oxygen. Now you want to consider the wind, pretty important. You can land with the wind, but it's always preferable to land against the wind, okay? You want to think about, again, facing the wind on your final approach to your desired impact point. And just remember that your airspeed increases when you're riding with the wind, okay? So you'll be going faster. You have a lot higher risk of injury or death. And then the drop zone itself, you want to make sure that wherever you decide to land, it's free of obstacles. You don't want to land into enemy. And if you're jumping in any special equipment like vehicles or something like that, you want to think about the size of the DZ. All right, just quick on some jump procedures. So you want to exit orderly, spaced, and quickly. Once you're falling, unless a track is planned, you do not go forward or backwards. You're only going to go left or right to get your heading correct, okay? Once you're under canopy, if we're doing a halo, you should be fine hitting W and S as needed and holding it. If we're doing a hey-ho, you're not hitting W or S. Otherwise, it's going to fuck the calculation up and you're going to fall short. So this is one of the new things that was updated in there. Just decided to be a good idea to put in there. So the first man out is typically going to be the low man unless somebody ends up pulling lower. In that case, they are the low man, okay? The low man is the navigator. Everybody follows the lowest guy, right? Because they're going to hit the ground first, so you don't want to fucking bypass them, right? You want to land together. So you can either just continue at your altitude following the low man, or you can burn altitude to get to his altitude and get in formation. But with the ARMA canopies being shitty, probably just going to stay at your altitude and just follow them. All right? Everyone else should just try to stay in your stack formation, right? You can do wedge, file, whatever. Last man out, probably going to be the high man. He's the one who's getting head count and directing everybody to their position in the formation because he can see everything a lot better, okay? If we are to circle the DZ, it's going to be clockwise. Same thing in the holding pattern, unless you're told otherwise, because there's right and left-hand patterns, so we might switch it up based on that. But as a general rule, if nothing's said, clockwise is the way to go. If it's not just a clockwise rotation till the ground, you're going to do the landing pattern that was planned. All right? So your landing pattern is going to look like this. Your jump masters will plan it out for you. So bombing range on the far northeast side of the map, you're going to have your desired impact point. From there, based on the wind speed, you're going to have your final leg, which is going up into the wind, right? Because the wind direction is this way. All right?
Inside chat.
Fuck. Now I am.
Feel your pain.
So wind is this way. This is your desired impact point. This is your final leg, which again is heading into the wind. Your base leg, which will always be 100 meters. Okay. Even though this one probably won't be. Always gonna be 100 meters and it's perpendicular to the wind. And then your downwind leg. All right. that's going to be going with the wind. Now, during this whole time, you are holding W, all right, unless you need to make like a brake turn, all right? So that means like tapping S, you know, like slowing down a little bit and making your turn, get a nice little flat turn out of that. So I definitely recommend it. The reason we use this is because it's a lot more predictable, right? This is a right-hand pattern, so we'd probably tell you to be circling in this direction in this triangle, which is the holding area. This is where you're just going to burn off excess altitude. Altitude is what is pretty much 99% of the time going to dictate when you begin your downwind, your base, and your final. You begin, not 1,000 meters. It's 305 meters because it's 1,000 feet. Okay, so 305 meters, you're going to begin your downwind, right? So around like 400 meters, you know, you might be around here. 300, you know, you're going on your downwind, right? Again, it's above ground level, but if the ground level was 0, like sea level, this is what it would be. All right. So if it was 25 meters of elevation, it would be 330 meters. But you begin your base. You begin your base leg at 180 meters, 600 feet, and you begin your final at 100 meters, which is about 100 feet, or sorry, 300 feet. All right. If you're coming in a little high, like, you know, you're at 200 and you're still like right here, and you can see like you need to start doing your turn, because you don't want to like come all the way out here and then run the route, right? Because you're going to fucking land way back here. So if you're coming in a little high, you just want to kind of, I'm going to change the color to green. You just kind of round out the turn a little bit. You'll burn off that extra altitude, but you want to try to get back onto that flight path, right? And then if you're coming in short, so let's say, you know, you're at 100 meters, like right here, you know, you can start your turn gradually, right? Because you're still on that turn and you just cut the corner, right? Does that make sense? And that should bring you to about here. And the more you jump, the more you'll start recognizing visual cues on where you should land, and that'll be more of a guide rather than a rule. So make sure you guys aren't just looking at your map too, okay? That being said, like, keep your head on a swivel, because the most dangerous thing in the air is going to be other jumpers. You don't know when somebody's just going to come fucking whizzing by you out of nowhere. Like, yeah. Once you're on the ground, call it up, you know, to your team leader, whatever. Hey, you know, 3 on ground. When you're under canopy, call it up too. It helps. Call up to your team leader, like, you know, 3 under canopy, or your stick leader, whatever. Everybody said to do it. Any questions on any of that shit?
No.
All right, so not only jump masters, but all jumpers have to be aware of the kinds of emergency situations that can occur in ARMA and how to properly act for each of them. First thing is, if you see a green canopy, that means somebody has popped their reserve. All right. The first category we're going to go over is just oxygen-related emergencies, kind of like we were discussing before. So if at any point during a flight an altitude goes above 3,000 meters, you'll begin to lose consciousness if you're not connected to oxygen. It's a minor emergency when the pilot in command can respond to commands to lower the aircraft to about 1,500 meters or lower, just to get you to thicker air. And by then your symptoms should start hopefully resolving if the game is kind to you. But if it's an AI pilot, or for whatever reason the pilot's incapacitated and cannot act to correct the situation, an emergency bailout has to be ordered. There's 2 levels of issues with it, okay? So 1, like I said, the pilots lose consciousness at or above that altitude, if not pressurized or using onboard oxygen, because the AI pilots will die up there too. The aircraft will depart controlled flight, making any exit attempt at that point high risk of injury or death, because everything's spinning around. You might collide with something on your exit or another jumper. The second issue is when the jump is below 3,000 meters and oxygen is not worn, because like I said, you cannot connect it if you're seated in the aircraft. This will cause the jumpers to lose consciousness in the aircraft, where they'll eventually die, or during free fall, which will result in death if your AAD doesn't pop your reserve out. So because of this, when the jump master calls bail out, everyone's going to exit as fast and orderly as possible. It's going to, you know, you're going to attempt to do it, you know, if by the plan, if you can, but if not, it's just going to be a lot more informal. But don't go out at the same time somebody else will, because you'll die. You'll collide in the air and die. So If oxygen's already connected to the jumper, but the pilot is unconscious, all right, you are good at the altitude, so you can just do the jump at the normal height. You might want to pull high if you're off target, right? So you have more altitude to get to where you need to go. But if you're not wearing oxygen, you'll exit the aircraft and deploy your parachute within 4 seconds, all right? If you can, try to track to get away, just create separation, but, within 4 seconds, open your canopy up. All right, it's going to reduce the chance of injury or death if you lose consciousness during free fall, because at least you'll be under the canopy. So the downside is if, you got to make a choice here. If you pull at, 8,000 meters and you don't have oxygen, you're going to die regardless before you hit the ground. But if you decide to wait to get to a manageable altitude, you might pass out on the way down. So, ARMA. All right, if the pilots are in control and can respond, they'll just lower. And if any individual jumper notices that they're not connected and they begin to experience SPO2 signals, the jump master will notify the pilots to lower the altitude or continue the jump run, and then immediately afterwards they'll descend with you on board and try to land you at base and save your life with some medics. All right, or we can just pray to Zeus that they help you out somehow. Any questions on oxygen-related emergencies?
Oh.
Canopy-related emergencies. So this is any emergency that occurs during or after initiating canopy deployment, and it requires quick recognition and decision-making, okay? A total malfunction is going to be a type of malfunction that causes the canopy to produce no lift, and it must be cut away. In ARMA, these should be pretty limited. And they're pretty much going to be failures to deploy, which there is a setting that causes canopy malfunctions, and I'm trying to get that turned on, so you guys wait. But first one's going to be failure to deploy. It's going to happen when the canopy just doesn't deploy, right? And so just pop your reserve in that case, okay? Easy. Just, you're going to realize that you're still falling and there's no canopy over your head. Quick fix. An unintentional cutaway. So this is going to happen when your canopy suddenly disconnects from the harness, and can happen at any altitude, which makes it extremely dangerous at especially low altitudes. Your reserves got to be activated immediately. And typically it only happens when you run into an object under canopy, which causes it to disconnect, like trees, structures, power lines, or other jumpers. Okay. Below 100 meters, your reserve's probably not going to open in time anyway to save you. So, yeah, there you go. Don't hit trees, because that's going to be a big thing. You don't get hung up in them. You'll just get dropped from your canopy. A partial malfunction is going to still produce some lift, but it might compromise the controllability or safe operating parameters and may require a reserve deployment. Okay? And I say may because it doesn't always. So the first one's going to be something similar to what a pilot chute hesitation would be, which isn't specifically modeled in ARMA, but it can still apply. It basically is just going to refer to like lags within the game that can cause an actual delay in the deployment of your canopy, whether it's on your end, the server's end, whatever the case is, another player's end, and you collide. So these pilot chute hesitations are something to think about. Not really much you can do about them, though. But your canopy will open. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what happens if you crash, but cool. An unintentional high deployment is going to happen when you pull it too high of an altitude. Honestly, it could be intentional too, and then you realize, it's going to take forever. So you can either decide to ride the way down or just cut away and pull your reserve. Just remember, you can't cut your reserve away. And if you can, let me know. Free fall related emergencies are going to be anything that happens after exiting the aircraft and before starting the canopy deployment sequence. The biggest threats in free fall, like I told you, are going to be the other jumpers, because you don't know where the fuck they're coming, but other aircraft can also be a concern. Just keep your head on a swivel, right? Because even though you're doing the right thing, Mac over there might just be trying to track across the map and just fucking collide into you at like 170 miles an hour. If a jumper loses consciousness during free fall, I mean, dude, sucks to be used. Nothing we can do about it. If you wake up, just immediately deploy your canopy. Like, altitude awareness is a thing, but it's probably safer to just deploy it before you figure out what's going on, because you don't want to be too low. I have seen it happen, but I don't know if it's just the vanilla parachutes or what. But we do have an AAD in the game, and but it's not reliable. All right, so that means if you get to a too low of an altitude and you don't pull your parachute, it'll automatically deploy it for you. And that's the best case for an unconscious jumper, just hoping that that works. Yeah, and if the jump master sees you go unconscious, they should try to follow you down. Emergency procedures: cut away, open reserve, pray, make peace if that fails. Make sure at the drop zone you have a rally point set and have security at all times. And the hey-ho, going over that real quick if there's no questions. With a standoff insertion method that's typically conducted between 8 and 18,000 feet from an exit height of up to 35,000 feet. It's the same concept as a halo, just got a higher pull altitude that's calculated to bring the jumpers to the desired altitude point. The harp to opening point will be further away, directly upwind. All right. We are able to do multiple legs and stuff, but that's not something that we typically do. So typically we'll just, if we got like a multiple kilometer glide, it'll look like this directly with the wind. All right, give us the best chances. Like I said, ride the wind to the holding area. All right, don't press W or S in this. You just hit A or D to stay on the correct heading. The maximum opening height is 25,000 feet, and the minimum opening height is 4,500 feet. All right. But as for right now, just be aware that that's a change that's probably coming like in the next week or two, but we might pull lower if I tell you to, okay? Because I don't want to pull at I don't know how many meters that would be. Probably not as much as I think, but regardless. All right, so like I said, we are going to conduct 3 jumps for this. We are going to do a daytime halo jump, a nighttime halo jump, and then a nighttime hey-ho. All right, and then from there we'll move into the water stuff. So our hey-ho isn't going to be exceptionally long, probably just a few kilometers. But does anybody have any questions as of right now?
For the hey-ho and halo, how many feet? You said that's when we're going to be pulling our chute?
Yeah, the jump master, when they give you the brief, will tell you what your pull height will be and your exit height. But if we're going more realistic, it'll be between 4,500 and 25,000. 45 for halo, up to 25,000 for a hey-ho.
Okay.
You want us grabbing the base, like Orma altimeter?
I gotta see exactly. Hold on. See exactly which one it is. In fact,
Should be the black one.
Yeah,
It
the
just
black-
says altimeter.
okay, yeah, whatever the all black one is, I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
All right, we're gonna grab our equipment and shit. So if you guys want to, I'll get us over there. There should be an arsenal.
Race.
Oh yeah, one more thing to note before you grab your gear. Doesn't really matter right now, but you guys need to make sure that your weapon goes on your back before you get on the plane. Because when we jump out of the static aircraft, it sometimes will make you lose shit. All right, I swore there was an arsenal over here. Give me 1 second.
Oh. Well, hi, Everett.
Hello.
Hey. Yeah,
Ah,
everyone
the
keeps
ominous
getting fucking
fool.
kidnapped, dude.
Is that working?
It is.
Okay. All right.
Look, there's
let's
4
grab-
seats for 4 dudes.
All right, Nesbitt, come on. You're up.
Hell fucking yeah, dude. Hey, watch out, dude.
What was the name of the chute again? Gold something?
Just type in
Gold
gold.
Just type in gold.
Okay.
It's like near the top, just right under all that seesaw stuff. It's the next one.
Then you guys might as well grab your solar oxygen masks and your personal oxygen tanks.
Is solar mask under
Under the face masks.
face wear? Okay, yeah.
Or face
Oh
wear,
yeah,
yeah.
the all black one. I think. Okay.
Personal oxygen tank is in the medical.
Are there two different options?
For
As
what?
far as what?
It's the portable one. Never mind. I was thinking
Yeah,
of the portable that had the 150 and 300.
Yeah, that's the portable.
Yeah, please grab the personal.
Portable will not
Personal.
help you.
If you're wearing a backpack, make sure it's on your chest.
Oh yeah, you should also remove your gloves if you have that type of uniform. That way, when you land, you don't get white gloves when you switch your backpack.
Ooh, good point. Good point.
You put your gloves on afterwards, like after you take your reserve off and put your backpack on your back.
Did I take my gloves off?
Ace
Yeah,
interact.
Yeah, Ace in Iraq, gear, remove gloves.
I can't
I
see
ju-
because
I
like,
just-
it cuts off on my screen. Hold on.
Yeah, I just hate the white gloves and black
Able to-
boots.
Why don't we just throw Everett in?
I can't. Krama, do you mind TPing Everett somewhere random so we can do some land nav? Just put him anywhere. Appreciate it.
I meant like into the
I don't
class, but
Oh, he's out in the wild now.
Yeah. Teleport him somewhere random. You want to do some land nav? Good for him.
Yeah, he's out there right now. I got him just at the base of the hill, Radio Hill 325. Like,
yeah, take everything away from this kit.
010 XX. Yeah.
Take everything.
Not even map, no projector.
Yeah, hopefully he had what he needed.
How good's your map knowledge, dude? Did you study your operations?
What the fuck?
Motherfucker, I'm keg, bro. I don't need to study.
All right, so here's how we're going to do this. Like I said, obviously 2 sticks are easy. Each has a stick leader. I wish they still will. But when we have a jump master and an assistant jump master, this is...
Hey gents,
Perfect.
where
It's
do
not
I
working.
find the fucking
Does it
oxygen
need?
thingy?
Oh,
It's in the
I'm just
medical.
gonna-
Under medical.
I'm just going to
is
bring the other one over
simulation
here.
disabled?
Copy.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
only
gonna
have
bring
the
ours
pulse
over here.
oximeter. I
You
don't
can
know.
disable the simulation.
Try again.
We're good, we got it there.
Altimeter.
What are you looking for, Ollie?
The oxygen thing. The
It's in the medical. It should be under medical.
Yeah,
what's-
it's called personal
It's called a
oxygen
personal
tank.
oxygen tank.
All right, we'll go to this one.
If
Thank you,
press
guys.
O right now, you should
Yep.
be able to see your altimeter.
And mask. Good.
Based on,
Mask
ground
looks
level,
good.
it seems, 'cause we're
If you
30.
keep
Just a
your
reminder,
stuff in your
when you guys
backpack,
hook up your
that's
oxygen
like
tanks, you have to be on the ground.
copy. Thank you.
Hours a weirdo uses S20, dude.
That's 7, bro. Whatever, man.
For fuck's sake, I'll be back in 2 fucking seconds.
Why are we getting to the?
I think he wanted 2 sticks.
Make
Yeah,
your
let's
sticks.
people come over here.
Oh, what the fuck?
A lot
Hold
of
on.
people.
And go big, so yeah, you be the less. Yeah, I don't want to be a leader.
Get the fuck out of the voodoo line.
The voodoo
God.
line.
Oh my god, dude. Wow.
Quality.
Hey,
Fucking Lasky, come over
Hey, I
here.
was seeing. I heard on a podcast
You can't tell me
that
what to do, but I'll do it
black
anyway.
actually is like the worst type of camouflage, and somebody in this line is doing that. Just,
You
It's
know
like
what I
so
think
not
about?
cag-
I
so
think
not cag,
I think
dude.
I don't give a fuck, man.
so not
Who gives
keg.
a shit, dude? He's dripped the fuck out right now.
Keg, who knows
Okay.
ever.
You're never gonna get close enough.
How do I
man.
fucking
All right,
connect the oxygen tank?
so yeah, don't
Yeah.
connect oxygen just yet, because like I said, it's only got 30 minutes of runtime. But you'll do it ACE or you self-interact, CAD equipment, connect personal oxygen, and once it's connected, you can check the status. It'll tell you how many minutes are remaining. All right, so obviously pulling parachute is going to be scroll wheel option. Don't forget. Okay, cutaway is going to be an ACE interaction, cutaway, and then just scroll wheel, pull, or open parachute. All right, weapons on your backs, everybody. So, like I said, the way I like to do it when I'm jump mastering is if I have an assistant jump master, they're going to exit first. I'm going to exit last because if anything happens in that aircraft, I want to make sure I'm there to handle it. But the assistant is the one who will go out of the
That's what
aircraft
you're,
first.
Echoing.
Oh, fucker.
So obviously you're still going to get JMPI'd and all that good stuff. All this stuff here should be pretty familiar to you, okay? So Jump master is going to come through and check, make sure you got mask. You know, we can't see if you have your altimeter or your personal oxygen tank. So, I mean, it's just, again, I can remind you guys, but if you don't have it, you know, not much I can do for you. You're going to hit
Personal
the ground really
accountability.
hard. And you're going to hit the ground really hard, and then we're going to be searching for you.
I got them. I got my shovel in my backpack. I scoop them up.
Conman would kill me if I didn't have everything I need.
What I've learned today is
Okay. Hold on, give me all that.
Bauer, did you use Axe body spray, dude?
No, it's just my natural
Your
aroma.
natural scent. Oh shit, dude. Fucking...
I ate all her chocolate and she's pissed.
Oh no.
dude, you fucked up.
It's a fucking death sentence, dude.
The fuck do you get that?
Alright, so.
Short-lived.
My wife fucking hides her chocolate, dude. If she ever gets any.
Alright, I will buy you more. It's...
I want it fucking now!
Alright, so let's go over the jump commands real quick. Actual aircraft procedures. So you're going to get issued your time warning. Maybe 5, could be 10 minutes. If I say 10 minutes, probably not going to be 10 minutes. But get your time warning comes. Make sure you're paying attention to the jump master. Give you a wind speed update if there is one. If not, just assume it's the same, and I'm not going to waste time with that. The next command will be mask. So at this point, I'm looking to make sure masks are on, and you're checking to make sure that they're on, and hopefully your oxygen is connected. All right. So sit there, blah, blah, blah. Get the move to rear command, which will be about a minute out. So for move to rear, because you'll all be up in here like this, stick leaders will be about here. All right, you're going to get moved to rear. Now, you're going to be briefed where we're jumping from, but if we're jumping the door, you're standing a meter from the door. That's not a meter. You're standing about a meter from the door or a meter from the hinge if we're doing a ramp jump, okay? The next command will be stand by, which is about 15 seconds, okay, or so. That'll mean either stand in the door and be ready, or you're walking to the edge of the ramp, okay? Now, that doesn't mean everybody waits up here, okay? Everybody should just get a little close. Like, you want to give separation, but, like, the entire ramp of separation and reaction time, it's going to be like the first guy is going to be so far off from everybody. So it's better to just, be right there. He goes off. 1, 2, go. Right? All right, so let's get into the aircraft, into your sticks. Go ahead and stand there. Seeing as we don't have pilots tonight, it should be pretty easy jumps. We'll do
Just
them
have to go
all
to
with
the bag, we'll
static
do what we need
aircraft.
to. We didn't get in reverse chalk order, shit.
Yeah, I guess we should start doing that for the class at least. All right, so everyone's in their jump order. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Winds 5 knots from the north. No gusts. Mask.
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 You might see me walk around here. We'll do it over radio too, because it's hard to hear. And I'm not keyboard savvy for these fucking animations and shit. I'll end up dancing out of the aircraft or something. So if you see me walking over here, I'm either just looking down, seeing if I can see shit, or whatever. All right, move to rear.
Move to rear.
Shut these jump doors. Stand by.
Somebody.
Stand by.
Stand by.
Everybody else follows. Okay. Sorry. Well, you know what? We'll be fine. Just because if I call abort and he's got to back up to the ramp hinge, that's really why you'd give that separation. But like I said, it's Arma. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. All right. Go. And then from there, you just walk off the aircraft. And as soon as you're in free fall, you give that 2-second delay. As soon as you're in free fall, you get your heading, and you keep an eye on your altimeter and around. All right.
Grima.
Yep.
I thought if I can interject here, I think we should step off a bit to the outwards.
That's
to
always
avoid,
a smarter.
like, collision.
Yeah, it's always a smarter thing to do is to come off at an angle. You can come straight out, but then like right here, just take a little 45-degree turn. You should be fine, especially if once you're in the air, you see you're next to somebody, you turn away and track away, right? That's where you have to use W a little bit, but it's easy to lose control of yourself and position. Does anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Right.
When do we jump?
We are about to.
Stay away from me in the air. All right.
All right. Wind is about the same as yesterday. Our first DZ we'll jump into will be, let's do the airfield here. That plane is somewhere, I think, over here. So let's hit the green dip. We got probably about 4 or 5 knots. So, God, what the fuck? Which one's the grid line? There's too many lines here. It's fucking me up. Okay, I'm gonna pick a different spot. Like, what the fuck? There's like 4
This one
lines
right
out.
here. Okay, we draw for you.
Okay, yeah, so, okay. We'll do our desired impact point. That's the grid line, so we'll go. Let's just put it right here. No. I'm not gonna do that to you guys, sorry. Fucking fly right into the hangar. There's planes. Damn, this might not be a good place to jump. Let's just jump right in the center. I'll just guess the distance. Fucking line hell down there. Probably fucked something up, but it should be okay anyway. Like, hold on, how far is this? Where's the fucking grid line?
Here, Bauer drew one. I'll draw this one down here.
Okay.
Look, I can extend that out to here.
Whoa.
Making a little. Oh, never mind.
It'll be close enough. We'll be okay. Yeah, so we are 33 meters above, so we'll start this at about 330, 210, 130. All right. So we will jump. Probably jump right over here. I'll put the aircraft. All right, we will open. You can track to the opening point. I'll let you guys do that. Just don't hit each other. So you can use W and S and shit. Look, small inputs. If you don't, it's going to be like driving a boat on ice. All right, opening point will be there, and we're going to jump at, let's jump at 6,000 meters. That'll be our HARP. HARP is the high altitude release point. OP is the opening point. We're jumping static aircraft, so you should just track straight south, basically. This line is not directly north, but it's okay. It's very close. We're going to open at... Give you guys some altitude to play with. Let's open at 1,200 meters. All right, give you guys some time to... Oh, whatever. I'll give you guys some time to play around under canopy and shit like that. And then, yeah, just get to the holding area, burn off your excess shit to right-hand pattern, so we'll be clockwise in the holding area, all right? Begin your downwind at 330 meters, base leg at 210, 130, you begin your final. Obviously, don't hit the buildings and shit, small corrections. If you got to turn away, you'll be fine in the game. When you're coming into land, oh yeah, by the way, when you start the downwind, you're holding W the entire time unless you're turning. You can let off to turn. When you're coming into land, you're going to have to let it off. When you're probably about 20 feet above the ground, you're going to let it off. And you can start tapping S to slow down. And when you see like you're having like very little to no ground speed, you know you're good. You want to land as slow as possible. All right. So again, jumping at 6,000, pulling at 1,200. Fly your canopy from the opening point to here, and then land it. Are there any questions or anything that you're supposed to do? It'll be static aircraft, so we're going to do it exactly like we just did. I also recommend earplugs and everyone on channel 1.
You change my other 50,000 radios to some other channel.
Ready to check when?
Lemur.
5x5.
I'm scared of lemurs. Where are they?
Okay.
All right, we are good to board. Mac, be the last one on. Everybody come scroll wheel down to step 3, a red board plane option.
Boarding.
Normally we still do this in our sticks just to make it a little more orderly.
What option was that again?
Board plane.
Board plane.
3 board.
Should be red.
There it is.
Oh yeah, connect your oxygen. Oxygen connected. Connected. 2 minutes. Good. Mask. Mask.
Ollie, get behind me.
Move to rear.
Enter the ramp is right here.
Stand by.
Stand by.
Go. Man under canopy. Under canopy.
Hold you under canopy.
Count 10 canopies. If you guys hold W, you'll lose altitude a lot faster. You'll go forward faster too, though. On the ground. On the ground. Pigs on the ground. Baskin on the ground.
Maybe?
Make sure you hold W. You're coming in high. Don't hit the building. S turns. Minor corrections.
I don't know. I mean, I hold like as soon as I hit that loader point, I'm holding W.
Yeah.
Like we're all at the same speed.
Yeah.
Because it kind of got a little hectic.
Hey, Ollie, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, make sure you do hold W because we don't want it to take forever to hit the ground.
Yeah, I took forever.
Yeah, you gotta hold W so that way you go forward faster. You'll descend faster too. During that landing pattern, you hold W the whole time.
Copy.
Check everybody. Make sure you're combat ready. Are you combat ready?
I'm kind of
Laskin, you combat ready, dude?
Alright, so
got very close.
Put your backpack on your back.
alright, we have everybody accounted for here.
For your chest.
Like Krama said, you should be holding down W the whole time. At like the last second, hitting the S key will bleed out the air, so you slow down so that you don't injure yourself.
Yeah, like I would rather you guys get to like 30 feet even and start slowing down because I don't know if you saw me come in, but like that's probably like as low as you want to start your flare. Otherwise, you're at risk of fucking hitting the ground hard. It might not kill you, but like it's gonna be a pain in the ass and tie the medics up and delay everything. But all right, good first jump though. It was fun for me. What do you guys think?
Very nice.
I was in the like loader pattern and got the 330 like halfway, so I cut it in half. I didn't know if that was bad. I had to cut all the corners because I know.
Yeah, no, I fucked up.
I'm at
the landing pattern
130
anyway.
Yeah, I'm at 130 at like 100. I had to cut like that.
Yeah, I think I did the downwind a little too long. I honestly have no idea how long it is. Like, even though I know where the grid lines are now, it's just probably. Yeah, definitely. Wait.
I still landed.
Yeah, either way. Yeah, and that's kind of why like it's important to learn your visual cues and all that good stuff. So for those of you who haven't dropped your reserves yet, make sure we drop our reserves. I'll TP us back over to the aircraft so we don't got to like swap our bags or anything from the line.
That is exactly what you're supposed to do though if you're coming in.
Yes, drop your reserve and swap your bag.
Fuck.
Try to hide your reserve in a bush or something if possible. Pretty sure you land with them for rounds too, but. And everyone's oxygen should be disconnected so you're not burning through it right now. Whoever it's gonna be in for surprise, we're about to make it night.
Oh Christ.
In the store training, Murphy and Nelson.
Night.
Oh, that'll be scary.
Nods on. And another Halo. We'll probably do the same jump, but we are going to lower the opening altitude to. I'm going to adjust it a little bit. Actually, let me just delete all this. We'll jump
Yeah,
from the
Kramer, you
same
want to go
spot.
over the that time again between jumpers? Because we were close as fuck up there. And
Yeah,
it
it's
got
about
shady.
about 1 to 2 seconds, but that's where you can track. So if you want to create separation, so this is typically what you'll do. We got jumpers like this, falling either on top of each other or in a stack, right? So one person can break this way and just break opposite ways, and you see like you're getting separation. You're supposed to track away when you are getting ready to open. You track away, wave off, open, but it's hard in Arma.
I think the biggest problem that we had, honestly, was just holding down W while you're in your loiter down,
mhm.
and making sure you hold it down the entire time. Because as soon as you let go, the guy behind you is going to be right up on you.
Yeah, a Halo is the only time that you won't. During a Halo, we're going to be jumping close enough you can hold W the entire time. I'm not going to ever plan a jump that requires us to glide into our holding pattern or holding area on a Halo. Because that would just be a standoff jump at that point, most likely. So we're doing one more at night. Night can be a lot easier. It can be a lot more difficult, obviously, to see, but in a well-lit and marked area, should be good to go. I'm putting the Hellstar 6 on. Everybody get IR on as well, if you don't have one.
Shit.
IR shrub. IR shrub.
So then we'll jump again at 6,000. Do more north this time.
Isn't B1 is the infrared IR, right?
Yeah. Jump there. Let's pull. I'm gonna pull at 600 meters. Right there.
What mode is the helmet?
Bravo 1.
Oh, shit.
B2 is also IR. It's just I can't remember.
Like it's solid or something.
Yeah, it's something
Steady.
different, but it's IR.
It's stay IR.
All right, our harp, 6,000 meters, jumping on the other side of that hill. Can track down to the opening point at 600 meters. It's going to be a low opening at night. Get to the holding pattern, altitude awareness. If you're close to 330, be around the apex and ready to hit the downwind. If you're at 350 right here, don't do another turn because you'll come out of it too low compared to that. I'm actually going to
We're opening
fix
600, you
this.
said?
Opening at 600.
That's really
If you have to, you can also do some S patterns as well, right? And that's another option. But again, you're moving more, so just make sure everybody's paying attention and communicate, call it out. You can hear each other on yelling, so over comms, all that good shit. So let me see if I can fix this. The wind. Maybe the wind is just pretty low. So your holding pattern will basically be, if you even have one, should basically be over the hangar. in between the hangars and shit. Change this here.
We got a wind speed of 1.6 meters a second
Okay.
from the north.
Yeah, so map tool because just retarded with these lines. They broke my brain.
Anyway, you guys can probably start getting organized into sticks again.
All right. Connect your oxygen up. If anybody has below, if anyone has below 15 minutes, let me know.
That means you're fucking wrong, brother. I got 25 fucking minutes.
I got 25.
I got 30.
Yeah, 22 and a second tank.
Better delete that plane. Hold on.
Oh, did you say you were on your second tank?
No, that I'm 22 minutes and I have an additional one.
Oh, and you have another one.
Some fresh O2.
Do dive after this as well?
Yeah, we'll just go through the class and hit a quick dive, and then we'll be done with that. I'm aiming for 2.5 hours. Be done tonight. But right now, I think we are getting 2 planes out. For fuck's sake, dude. Jesus Christ. Hang on, plane fucked up, so there we go. Now it should let me. No, what the fuck? Dude?
Just one last reminder: make sure your oxygen tanks are connected, and your altimeter does show your height above ground, sea level, not above ground. So keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind.
Trying to despawn this fucking plane out here.
You jumping into the mountains, you might think you're 100 meters above the ground level, but it turns out you're already dead. Dead a long time, brother. Good to see you.
Is this what hell's like? Military free fall after military free fall.
For fuck's sake, dude. This stupid shit.
I want to go sky.
Kind of does make you want to, huh?
Yeah, I told Crime if he ever gets tandem called, I'll fucking go tandem with Crime, dude.
Crime does this?
I do.
He's passionate about
Never
it.
saw the video he posted, dude?
No.
Dude, instantly demoted to E5.
What?
Trying to fucking wait for this thing to despawn on its own now, otherwise you're gonna put it on the wrong fucking plane.
You would have been demoted past that, but E5's the new low, so.
Damn.
God damn it. Sorry about this. I don't know what the fucking problem is here. Alright, we're gonna go fucking 10,000 meters, and if we get in the wrong plane, we'll just track over to our opening point, which we should be able to probably make it.
We should be able to probably make it.
I love that. That's exactly the energy I need before jumping out of the plane.
Alright, we're probably gonna go in the wrong plane, but let's go, guys.
Hell yeah.
So when you're loading up, try and go like just 2 at a time or whatever.
Wait till they disappear. And
Otherwise, it gets kind of fucking fogged up.
give him a second, give him a second, give him a second.
We are in the wrong area, so we'll be exiting very high.
Go, go, go.
We are going to be tracking over to the opening point, so be very careful. God damn it, the plane. It's bugged out. Fuck.
Oh, it's been red lighted.
Alright, I'm going to attempt to TP us to the ground. Just luck.
Let me do it.
Abort.
It's not letting me.
Gotta get everybody on their jumps.
Bad.
Alright, we might die. We're in it together though.
Oh. Yep.
Oh, we got him. Oh, a couple of them.
This is a perfect example. Gather around, man. This is a perfect example. We'll never leave you behind, dead or alive. We will bring you home.
Gentlemen, I have reached the ground.
I'll be the first man to step
What, did they
on
all
the field
die?
of battle, and the last to step off.
Hello?
Can
Can you hear us, Bauer?
Did they all die?
Yeah.
Yeah. They just
they're
TP'd back
All right,
themselves.
fucking retarded ass jump computer.
I didn't
So
die.
Dead or alive,
Still there.
everyone comes home.
Wait, we still got people in the air?
Who's that?
Fano.
If you just died and your O2 tank was connected, you need another one.
Good thing I did die.
He's so fucked. He's in server 2, dude. He's on dedicated 2.
What the fuck, dude? This fucking game.
Let's see if we can add an option to the computer to delete all current planes.
Yeah, I fucking wish. Don't know why it was still there.
How can I?
And why
Just
it
a clear
despawned
flight
so
plan.
quick.
You want me to do that?
Say again, buddy.
How can I
it's
turn
too
my
late.
fucking help and strobe
Yeah,
like that?
fucking nothing was
It's,
working.
self-interact equipment, holster
Like I did
6.
that fucking clear flight plan like 7 times and just tried to do another one over it. Like it, because I could see it in
Look for
Zeus every
holster
time. So I was like,
6.
yeah. All right, everyone, fucking grab your shit.
And you grab with no strobe.
Love being held
It's
up
on,
over
it's
armor
on your
shit.
helmet.
Yeah, it's...
I can't cause like my fucking
Am I
equipment
blinking,
goes,
Malcolm?
cuts off. It's hard to explain.
What do you mean your equipment cuts off?
Like
Yours
whenever
not on.
whenever I enter fucking my self-interact on the equipment, like stuff at the very top, like it cuts off. Like I can't see it.
Shit, I've been there before.
It's just a
Just
resolution
put on a
thing.
normal fucking IR strobe, it'll work.
That's what I'm gonna do. I've been doing.
I don't like the helmet.
There we go.
A lot of opinions over here.
Always.
Everybody's divided.
Hey, Oliveira.
Hey.
See, no, A is for the visible light. You got the visible light on. B is for IR.
I have the visual
Talking about
light?
the-
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks
it's
for letting me
green-
know. So,
green dot up there.
B, yeah. Both B, like 1 and 2 are IR lights.
When you're ready, come over here so we can keep this.
Thanks for letting me know. I had no idea.
Yep.
I was born fucking ready.
All right.
yeah.
If your Hellstar is giving you issues, switch it to a different setting and then back. All right, everyone got their fucking shit.
Right, oxygen, connect, hold.
All right, get into your stick order. Let's go.
Somebody in front of me?
What
Ah,
the
fuck.
fuck is going on, dude?
I don't matter.
Don't matter.
As long as all voodoo is together, dude, we're good, dude.
I'm in voodoo now, hell yeah.
Laskin, welcome. Welcome. Welcome, Laskin. You're more than
Welcome
welcome.
to the women's side.
He's a strap. He's a strap to voodoo. You
Right
might
now.
voodoo.
Oh yeah, we all lost our fucking kit bags too, so fuck it. I guess whatever.
Does your weight of the character affect how fast you fall?
No, I think I heard it's supposed to, but no. I haven't. Like I did some testing on that. Didn't
Sorry, let's go.
get anything. All right, so now we should be in the right spot. So 600-meter opening there. Any questions? Connect your oxygen.
Do you get popsicles when you get back?
Nope.
We'll ask your mother when we get back, okay?
Fuck.
Ours mother never keeps the good popsicles.
All right, get on.
Okay,
Loading.
First two.
In there,
First two.
boots.
First two.
Morning.
We were in the same one, right? Red color,
Yep.
warplane. Thanks.
I'm gonna call my mom to pick me up. I'm fucking scared right now, dude.
Give him a little bit of space.
Wrong stick.
All on board. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh!
Motherfucker.
Track away.
Fucking
Track
hell.
away.
Track away, track away,
Track
guys.
away, track away.
May have been a mistake, but it probably looks cool as fuck. It did. I saw the starburst because I'm lower than everybody, but I put that for a 5-minute flight time, so I don't know what the fucking problem is.
It's gonna be a real problem when we all open our parachute at the exact same time.
I saw guys track away. Guys should have plenty of separation right now.
Holding on the canopy.
Oh man, under canopy. Back under canopy. Also on the ground. On the ground. On the ground. On the ground.
On the ground.
Hold W, hold W. George W.
Guys back on the ground. West and ground.
Holding on the ground.
I think that went pretty well.
Everybody's on the ground. Alright, yeah, I don't know why the fuck it's doing that shit, and it's really gonna fuck us on the hey-ho.
Everyone over here. Everyone over here.
Disconnect the oxygen.
Yeah, if you haven't, disconnect that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna also mention, like during an op or a training or whatever, you're gonna want to remember to drop your mask and your pack for your parachute.
So make sure, big things I saw there in the holding pattern, somebody turned left and almost collided with two people. There's a reason we try to go the same way. You have to be able to do that. and keep up with the speed and everything like that. It's going to take some practice, but you guys have to do that. Otherwise, people are going to be colliding up there constantly, especially if we decide to do an entire troop or 2-troop jump, which, trust me, is going to happen. Oh, we just got the green light. Where's the fucking plane, dude? Spawned in with the fucking green light. Jesus. Alright. So we will do just a quick hey-ho, and I say quick because I'm not really going to calculate much for this. We're going to use the same DZ. This time, we're going to open higher and jump from a higher altitude. Where's my tool? We'll go... do like a 3-kilometer glide. Out of a static aircraft, so opening point can be right there.
Who's calculating that? Does anyone have any questions?
How long does
Don't be-
dive take?
How long is what?
It's only... Oh, dive shouldn't take long. You gonna rush?
Wake up at like 4 in the morning.
Damn.
It's Saturday tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
What does Trudeau have you doing up there, dude?
Jesus Christ.
That shit looked really cool from down here. Bunch of little fucking blinking dots and parachutes.
Oh, hey, Everett.
What's up, buddy?
Made it back, dude.
Yep.
Hey.
Nice little hike.
Did you find your point?
Yep. Nice little hike. It got a little squirrely when it got dark. I couldn't see shit. I'm like, well, hope my damn bearing's right.
Alright. We're gonna jump to 10. Or fuck that, we're gonna jump to 6 again. That way we're not in free fall forever. So we'll jump from 6,000 again. We're gonna pull at 3,000. As soon as you pull, get on heading, and do not hit S or W. Okay, A and D. That's it. You're gonna follow this green path. Hopefully, we'll all be together. We should be coming in pretty high. Doing like a 3-kilometer glide. So we should be coming in pretty high here. Again, just burn off the speed, honestly. If you want to try to cut away, if you come in super high, I'm not going to tell you not to. If, you know, that's the time to play with it, I guess, but I think we should try to land this. I'm just going to try to get us through it as quick as possible, so we're not going to do an 8-kilometer glide and all that stuff.
I'll be right back, just like 2
We
seconds.
can do that for an op or something. We can plan that, but where are we? Oh. All right. Are there any questions about the jump that we're about to do? Winds shouldn't change. Pretty low wind.
If we're doing a hey-ho, and the wind is going in the direction we need to, do we then hold W?
No, because when we... So right now, I just threw it together, like, we should definitely make this, but, like, we actually got to do math in order to calculate how far we can glide based on our pull height. So when you hold W, it fucks up that equation, and you're going to end up falling short, even if you're running with the wind.
I see.
Which we are anyway, but...
I'm cooked.
Should probably grab another like fresh oxygen tank.
Yeah, and if we were pulling higher than 3,000 meters, I mean, we're pulling at there, right? Yeah. But if we were pulling higher, you definitely want to make sure you got, you know, your oxygen's still connected, maybe 2 tanks, just in case you gotta... I don't know if you can do it in free fall or not, but I don't think you can do it under canopy either. Anyway, shouldn't take us 30 minutes to get down, so... Everybody get on the aircraft as fast as possible. Okay? I don't know what the fucking problem is. Also, you've got a reserve.
Oh shit.
You don't trust your reserve?
Well, if he comes in high, he's gonna have to ride it all the way down. if he's coming in at 2,000 meters.
You do
What kind
his last cutaway.
Why the fuck can I
Never
not find the
before we
mask?
talked.
Express lane.
Start getting your sticks again. Actually,
Oh,
better, I
well,
was
Mac.
thinking-
Don't sound so tired. Like,
I was
Yeah, it's called
thinking if
solar, SOLR.
we have to do makeup
Mask
class for
called,
class and,
solar or
and
something.
Yeah, SOLR.
someone else anyway,
Under
so you
Facebook.
could probably do the dive other
I
night if you want.
typed it.
I mean, I'll probably stay up regardless. I was just saying, I want to get this out of the way.
Yep.
Not, no, you know, that sounds bad. That sounds like I'm in a rush. I'm not in a rush, sorry.
There you go.
Don't worry, I'll be hanging around after if my
I was
wife lets me,
thinking,
and I'll be
hey.
fucking jumping some more. So, if anybody wants to. All right.
Over here.
Nothing.
Oh.
Get your stick, dog.
I'm grabbing my oxygen
Be
tank.
the first man to step on the battlefield, and the last.
Separate these sticks a little bit. Is
Christ,
these
guys.
okay? Yeah.
Well, I'm the
It's
only
110
motherfucker in this
degrees
stick, dude.
outside, dude.
I was like, where the fuck's the other one?
Son of a bitch.
What's our route? Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
When you have
Right.
2 oxygen tanks and one is like half full, one doesn't
Probably
connect
go to
first.
the other side.
I have no idea.
It connects to the fullest one. So.
Ollie, over here.
Maybe a chairborne,
All right.
dude. Chairborne.
Everybody, oxygen's on.
Just.
Okay.
600. Open at 2,000.
I got my mask on, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and if I didn't, would you say something to me?
Hell no.
Probably.
Fucking last kid.
6,000 meters, pulling at 3, in 3, 2, 1. Let's pray.
Go, 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 go! Oh, wait.
Very
Go last.
Boarding.
Go into my house.
Board.
Next two.
Mac, on this one, I'm gonna have you jump last, okay? Copy that.
Alright, you and me, Ollie.
Two minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Mask.
Mask.
All on board. Move to rear.
Fucking sick.
Stand by.
Stand by.
Follow me.
Go!
Only on the canopy.
Or under canopy.
Now just sit back and enjoy the ride.
A flock of birds migrating. Damn right.
Whoever's high man right now better be taking pictures.
Why do you think I pulled early? Well, I think that wind speed might have picked up.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're drifting. I turned like 2 degrees into it.
Yeah, when I was doing Max, I had to get up to do it with kids, and so I had him put himself out of the aircraft on the and stuff. And so when he got back, I checked where he was in the air, and I put his hand above him in front of him a little bit, and I jumped down, and then I found him, and linked up with him at the airbase. Yeah, like I expected, the plane was about 2,000, or should have done 2,000.
There's actually no wind speed.
Yeah, you're gonna get no wind under canopy. It's just like being in a vehicle.
Whereas when we get to our fucking loitering point, we can just dive all the way right down. Fucking awesome. Oh, some people cut their chute.
I almost got a really sweet picture when he went above me.
Cutting our chute, or?
Yeah, it's up to you guys. I gave you the option. If you want to mess with that, go ahead. The landing pad.
It doesn't let me cut chute.
A little once you get here.
Hey, where's the option to cut chute?
Base interact. I'm on the ground. Nice low pole. Beautiful.
Need to play chute.
My man on the ground on the X.
Us on the ground. Ground.
Audio in short final.
That's not good.
Laskin on ground.
Audio in the ground.
The canopy will take around 75 to 100 meters to inflate and slow you down.
Pretty fun.
Everyone's on the ground.
Can we turn our Hellstars off?
Yeah, you can turn Hellstars off. I'm just double checking. It's down. All right, daytime's coming back.
Daytime is coming back.
Oh well. They might talk over each other. It's okay. They're about to
Odds
find
up,
out.
odds up.
All right, yeah. So that was definitely fun. I love jumping a lot, and I want to do it more with you guys. But we have to hit this other shit. So, waterborne operations going to be a pretty quick class, just to tell you guys, give you guys an idea of how we do this. All right, so their waterborne operations are typically used to travel, board other vessels, and advanced tactical insertion method. It includes paddle boats, motorboats, river operations, and swimming. This is covering just surface water operations, but can supplement dive operations, as you'll find out. Duties of the boat are commander of the boat, usually called the coxswain because it's naval, so it's got to be gay as fuck. The navigator, the crew, The duties of the coxswain, besides dick and mouth, is responsible for control of the boat and actions of the crew, supervises loading, lashing. Thought we stopped doing that a while ago. And distribution of equipment. Maintains course and speed of the boat and gives all commands. Paddler 2 is the pace guy, and Paddler 1 is the observer. Okay. For those of you who have the dock, there is a layout of how you should load the boats. For those of you who don't, you will get my rendition over here on the east side of the map in white. So a long count, okay, will be like this. 1, 2. We'll just say our boat is like, looks like a tombstone. And then you'll have 3, 4, and so on. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. It's staggered. See that? It's a long count. And you got your observer. Whoops, that's not an N, and a navigator, right? Or the coxswain would be in the back, cox, all right? And you can see, however many guys like that. Short count is going to be the same thing, except 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and so on. Make sense? Same layout for the 3 in the middle. So long count, short count. Make sense? River movement. So it's important to understand the characteristics of rivers and how to navigate the water using various formations. Before embarking, it's vital to know the local conditions of the river and its movement. Common knowledge and terminology in water navigation is a bend is a turn in a river course. A reach is a straight portion of the river between two curves. A slough is a dead end branch of a river. A dead river is a portion that has no current due to erosion or course changes. It's characterized by excessive snags and debris. Islands, okay. Current. Narrow portions of the current are stronger, wider portions of the river are weaker, right? So, yeah. Sandbars are found on the inside curve, and the outsides of the bends are stronger than the insides. If I didn't say that already, I think I did. And sandbar is just a point where a main body of water or river feeds into a tributary or vice versa. If observers notice any obstacles, let the driver know. The patrol leader is responsible for navigation. So 3 methods of river navigation will be checkpoint and general route. So these are used when the drop site's marked by a well-defined checkpoint and the waterway is not confused with a lot of branches and tributaries, best during daylight and short distances. And then you got the navigator observer method. It's the most accurate means of river nav and is used effectively in all light conditions. You need a compass, GPS, photo map, and a topographical map. The navigator sits center, observers at the front, working together. The navigator keeps the map and compass oriented at all times. The navigator keeps the observer informed of the configuration of the river by announcing bends, slows, reaches, and stream junctions actually seen. When these are confirmed, the navigator confirms the boat's location on the map. The navigator keeps observer informed of the general azimuths of the reaches as shown on the map, and the observer confirms these with actual compass readings on the river. The navigator announces only one configuration at a time. Okay, just so that way it's not confusing. And then once that's completed, announce the other one. Okay. Similar to land formations, but because rivers are usually narrow, it's harder to do some things. Open water can obviously do a lot more. A landing site, so you got a beach landing site. You send a security boat and team to the beach landing site to secure and recon it before calling the rest of the boats ashore. Move to an assembly area and then continue with the mission. Try to keep the boats hidden if possible. If we're not taking them back, I don't think there's a deflate option, and I don't want to shoot them, but, Insertions can be with a boat from land or the mother ship, so we could take a Mark V out and then get in assault boats and take the assault boats to the beach landing site. Open water has no cover, right? Can't just jump out of the river and, be right there. You're open water, you're kind of fucked. We're not fish. So it's easy to be compromised and kind of fucked when you do. But it's a pretty quick and direct method to get onto land We're not the Navy, so don't linger in the water when you don't have to. These are all insertion methods, part of a bigger operation. Are there any questions about waterborne operations?
Why is it so gay?
Get in the boat and fuck shit up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know, you gotta have the naval terms in there, and the Navy's cock bumper on every corner. Okay, so we don't have an actual dive site here, but what we do have is an aircraft near the water with an arsenal over there. So here we
There's
go.
a dive site.
Oh, there is?
You don't see the dive objective all the way to the west, the green circle?
Oh, no, it blends in. What the fuck?
This entire underwater city.
Oh, shit,
Oh,
okay.
fuck.
We finally got a good place to dive.
It's not that deep, but I mean...
No, we ain't going deep for level 1. Okay.
You ain't going deep,
Giggity.
boy. I have plenty of time to get deep in me later, boy.
So we can start. We'll go on this island over here.
Race!
Bye, Everett.
Oh, Robert. Everett's coming, bro.
Whoever was standing there is coming.
Bauer, get
Not
your
bad.
fucking mask off, bud.
Yeah, tell that
Dude,
to
I
Biggs,
like it.
too.
It's comfy.
Yeah, bud.
One behind Biggs. I didn't see his ugly ass fucking face, dude.
Oh, damn.
Dude, how'd you know?
Oxygen tank
Oh,
disconnected.
stool.
There's our stool. All right. Now, this is dive level 1. All right. I know that there are some combat uniforms that allow you to swim like a fish. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. So during the school, you need to make sure that you use the ADE wetsuit, just because we all know it works, and we're not going to have any slow swimmers.
I'm pretty sure it's the ones just with the thing called CAG under the